Hey, good morning. Good morning. It is 7:30. Thanks for joining us for Breakfast with Bridgett on this Wednesday, July 31st, last day of July. We're finishing up here, and this morning we have details on a big wellness expo and luncheon this weekend in downtown Orlando that will have free kidney screenings. Great details on that coming up in just a bit. We're also going to tell you about a new program that will help you take care of those tolls when you're on vacation, when you're coming through the airport in Orlando. So that'll be one you want to share with your family and friends. And we want to get a check of that forecast because everyone's been sort of eyeballing what's happening with the tropics, just kind of keeping a side eye on things, so to speak. And Chief Meteorologist Candace Campos is in the Pinpoint Weather Center. And, it's just a side eye, Candace, to the
He,
Atlantic,
he I can see that. That's kind
Mm-hmm.
of and that's how it should be. You shouldn't we shouldn't have to be puffing up our chest, get ready to battle just yet. This is an area you do want to kind of keep there in your peripheral, but not a real focus, if that makes any sense, right? When it comes to concern, from 1 to 5, this concern right now is about like a 1 or 2. So we're really kind of on the lower end of things. Now, with that being said, is this something that we shouldn't have to worry about and you just, close your eyes and not hear about the updates anymore? No, because of course, at the end of the day, these are the tropics. Uh,
Right.
Already this year has been in a very interesting one already with Hurricane Beryl doing what it did, but it's certainly the start of what will be a pretty active stretch of weather as we head through the month of August. So your side eye is going to get kind of tired after a while, Bridge. I'm just going to let you know.
Well, I'll look to the other side.
There you go. That works. All right, let's take it to the map, show you what's going on. First, let's talk about those scattered storms. Heavy rain still will be in the forecast for today. Our coverage for today about 40 to 50%. Heat, that's still going to be the big story. Highs, once again, will be at 95 or higher, not only for today, but throughout the rest of the week. And of course, the tropical wave that we are watching, could it be named Debbie? It has a long road ahead of it before it gets a name. It first just needs to get organized right off the gate, right off the start there. Looking at our heat index for today, once again feeling like 103 to 107, still hovering below heat advisory criteria. But we are going to start seeing a little more moisture starting to creep in from the north, from the south here in Central Florida by the end of the week. So that added moisture will bring us more rain in the forecast, but it will also be bringing in a lot more humidity. So we could be dealing with heat advisories towards the end of the week. So clouds and rain forecast, you can see here, bubbling up those scattered storms in the afternoon by 1, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The scattered showers will start to push a little further inland, with the bulk of the rain later on in the day kind of favoring our western zone. So rain chances aren't extremely widespread, so we're going to keep it at about a typical 50% chance of rain. But I do want to show you what happens on Thursday. Here comes those sea breeze storms like normal, but look to our north. You see that big pulse of moisture that comes in from the north? That could actually add some more instability and actually bring us some rain into the forecast late Thursday night and into Friday morning. So that's something we're going to be watching. And then after we deal with that, we'll then turn our eyes a little further this way. All right. So let's talk about this tropical wave. What you need to know. What are the takeaways with this tropical wave? This is something that could be playing a role in our forecast by the end of the weekend and into early next week. That's certainly a case as it will continue to near Florida. How intense will it be? As of now, even with all the model runs that we are looking at, nothing's really screaming a big time storm, but still a tropical system nevertheless. Right now, it's still dealing with a lot of that Saharan dust. You can see a lot of it still kind of wrapping around. A big bulk of it's on the northern fringe of this wave, and some of it kind of getting sucked up more on that southwestern fringe there. But we are noticing a lot more convection than we were watching yesterday. So that it is showing signs that it's still the little engine that can,
I'm
and it's
sorry, I
really
can't
trying
change
to
it
kind of
exactly.
grow above that Saharan dust and kind of become more of that dominant feature. Speaking of dominant, right now we don't have one dominant center of circulation right now. So any models that I'm going to show you differ on where they think that center is going to really become. So With all that being said, we're not expecting any big time development within the next 2 to 3 days. But by the end of the weekend into the weekend, that's when we will start to see that potential, which is why the National Hurricane Center isn't highlighting the area right now. It's highlighting the area down the road once it moves into the Bahamas. So let's talk about the timing. Again, this looks to be more of a Sunday to Tuesday play. The track and the intensity, again, because this is not a well design system just yet. The track and intensity is still very uncertain. We don't have hurricane hunters going in there just yet. We don't have any big time land masses that are giving us a good picture of what's happening on the ground. So we're still very blind to really what's going on in this system. Besides, of course, we have amazing satellite imagery now that we can do a lot of looking into the storm, but really getting into the storm, the meat and the potatoes of the storm, we don't have that information yet. So what we do know, it will be nearing the area by this weekend. And then the next question is how strong will it get? Are we talking about a depression? Are we talking about a tropical storm in the forecast? So I'm going to split the forecast into two different models. The main players, right? It's the American GFS. So you can see what it does on Tuesday and Wednesday. This is going to be more of a Gulf storm, according to the GFS model. How strong will it get? Could it be more of a panhandle concern by the middle and end of the next week? That's one possibility. The other possibility is a European, which really doesn't form it into much until really late Sunday and into Monday, and really doesn't develop the storm until it gets towards off the coast of the Carolinas. So you see how different these models can be. And with each model run changes our local forecast very much. So if it's in the Gulf, some models are showing more rain in the forecast. If it stays in the Atlantic, it might suck up all of our moisture and actually dry us out even further. So the pendulum swings pretty wide right now. So I know it's Wednesday. I know we're all making our plans. Is this something you need to cancel plans? I've got people asking about birthday parties that are out in the park. I know we have people who are traveling out of town. I think your travels should be fine. I don't really see this becoming a big concern for us here in Central Florida. That doesn't mean it's not going to impact us in a way. But this is not going to be the big time hurricane concern. But we still have a whole lot of season to go, Bridgett. So like I said, we still have to continue to kind of iron out those details as we get those model runs in. As of now, I looked, and it says that we have a potential hurricane hunter scheduled for 2:00 this afternoon. They had one scheduled yesterday, and they didn't go out. So, of course, it's kind of a wait and see. And the moment we get any information in, we'll turn it around and give you what you need to know.
Yeah, hopefully getting a better picture in the next, 48 hours or so.
Right.
Just got to hold on there. All right. Well,
Yeah,
Candace,
exactly.
thank you so much. And you
You're
said
welcome.
the timing again today with the storms.
With the storms, it's going to be more of like a 1-2 o'clock play along like 95, and then just very spotty storms in the forecast till about 5.
All righty. All righty. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Thank you, Candace.
Bye.
Bye. We've been following some breaking news from overnight. There was a really frightening explosion out in Ocala at a strip mall. 4 people got hurt. This happened around a laundromat. The gas company is involved in the investigation with this because there was natural gas being supplied to that area. But this happened just before 6:30 last night at Classic Laundromat along Northeast 25th Avenue. And we're learning that at least 8 different businesses have been impacted by all of the damage that's been caused with this. Mark Lehman has been live at that scene all morning and has the latest on what's happening.
So what were you doing when you heard that explosion?
I was waiting on a customer right here at the counter, and I heard a real loud boom, and I didn't know what it was. It shook the whole building. It shook me.
Norma Cowan was working in a gas station across the street when the explosion happened last night. She ran outside and saw debris surrounding the Classic Laundromat off Northeast 25th Avenue.
And it was inflamed in fire, and the whole front head blew off, and it was just engulfed in fire.
Ocala Fire Rescue says crews got on scene around 6:30, finding flames inside the laundromat and 4 people who were hurt. Cowan told News 6's Treasure Roberts she spoke with 2 sisters who were inside.
I had a customer that came over here just like maybe 15 minutes ago. Her and her sister was in there, and the rubble had fallen down on them. They said that they dug themselves out, and she showed me a bruise and a scrape mark on her elbow.
Once the fire was put out, inspectors started taking a look at the structural integrity of the building. They say a total of 8 businesses are now inaccessible. Meanwhile, 2 of the people who were hurt were taken to the hospital for treatment.
I'm very hopeful that they're okay, that they're well, and that nothing really bad happened to them, that they can recover from this.
Yeah, really frightening there. So we'll keep you updated as more information about that investigation unfolds. And we'll have that coming up at noon and on clickorlando.com as well. We're looking at funding right now for a program, a federal food assistance program that is set to run out for the state of Florida. The time is running out to apply for, rather. It's called Sunbucks. It helps families with children during the summer, and the state passed up the program's benefits this year, but now organizations across Florida are calling on leaders to apply for the 2025 program. News 6's Emily McLeod explains what it is and what's needed to be done sooner rather than later by the state of Florida.
Pastor Sarah Johnson has been with the Audubon Covenant Church for 11 years.
Do you want me to bring these donations in?
Her church is one of several organizations in Florida that support the state applying for the summer EBT program known as Sunbucks for 2025.
The demand is so much higher than it has been for food banks and for families who just need to make ends meet, and that paycheck doesn't go far enough.
The Sunbucks program provides eligible families with children $120 per child during summer break. In 2024, Florida was one of 14 states that did not participate. We asked why the state did not apply for the 2024 benefits. The Florida Department of Children and Families sent us a statement which says in part, "We anticipate that our state's full approach to serving children will continue to be successful this year without any additional federal programs that inherently always come with some federal strings attached." No Kid Hungry Florida is another group that supports the state applying for this program. We spoke to Sky Beard on Zoom from her office in Melbourne.
We have had at No Kid Hungry, as well as other partners, a number of conversations with the folks in the governor's office, with House and Senate staff, and I have to say all of those conversations have been very promising.
According to No Kid Hungry Florida, if the state participates in the program, they estimate the program would impact nearly 2.2 million eligible kids. While the benefits are federally funded, Florida would need to split administrative costs 50-50 with the USDA, which No Kid Hungry estimates could cost the state $12.5 million. We spoke to Deputy Undersecretary for the United States Department of Agriculture, Cindy Long, who was based in Washington, D.C. over Zoom about the program and what the state needs to do in order to participate.
There is a timeline of August 15th for submitting what we're calling a preliminary plan of operation. That initial plan does not have to be perfect. It really serves as much as an indication of intent to operate the program and kicks off that process.
In Orlando, Emily McLeod, Getting Results, News 6.
We'll be following up on that one as well and letting you know what happens. Now we have a story from News 6 anchor Eric Von Anken, and this one pertains to your money, and it's something that you'll probably want to spread the word with your family and friends when they come into town, because there's a new program operating out of Orlando International Airport that will help you out with the tolls. And you know, whether you're driving your own vehicle, somebody else's vehicle, maybe renting a car, you know, you get offered that extra fee for the toll box or what have you for the rental car. But now, instead of worrying about all the fees to the rental car company or getting that bill later in the mail, you can pay the lowest on the tolls without extra charges through a visitor toll pass. So here's Eric explaining how that's working.
When you rent a car to pay the tolls, your options are limited. Most toll booths here in Central Florida don't take cash anymore. So you could bring your own transponder. You could rent the transponder from your rental car company and pay the additional fee. Or now, from the Central Florida Expressway Authority, you could use this and pay only the price of the toll, no additional fees. Here's how it works. So step one is download the app. Make sure, of course, to connect your credit card information, and then it gives you a QR code. Take the QR code to one of these machines. This is step two. The Expressway Authority tells me that Visitor Toll Pass has been so successful since it first started in 2022 that they put these vending machines now in all terminals here at the Orlando International Airport. So that's A, B, and C. When you find them here in the rental car area, bring your QR code that you got on the app and scan it right here, and then it'll print out a tag for you. This is what that looks like.
Confirming your reservation. Please retrieve your transponder.
Step 3 is then to take the hang tag and hang it right here on your rear view mirror. Also, type in your license plate for your rental car so it links your car with your tag, and make sure to decline the rental car company's transponder so you don't pay twice. Brian Hutchings, you are the spokesperson for the Expressway Authority. We have done so many stories with you on your wrong way detection system that stops drivers from entering Expressway Authority roads the wrong way. And that came about because about 10 years ago, the community went to you and said, look, do something. This came about the same way.
Very similar way. The mayors contacted us. They kept getting complaints from visitors in Orlando. Had a great time visiting the attractions and the beaches and stuff. And then when they got home, they got hit up with these tremendous rental car toll bills.
Just a trip to Disney taking the toll roads from the airport will cost you more than $6 in tolls, and that's not including the fee that a rental car company might charge, upwards of $5, even $10 a day just for the use of their transponder. And this actually happened as Brian was explaining us how this system works. That gentleman on the right, Jerry King, tells me he just flew in from Texas, and he's looking into it now.
Yeah, I live, and you pay the local amount. You pay the electronic rate, which is the cheapest toll rate you can pay.
Please retrieve your transponder.
And just push it. Yep, and there it comes. As easy as that.
Step 4, and this is the last step, is when you're done with your rental, make sure you return the pass. Otherwise, they'll charge you $10. You can do that at any of the drop boxes around the airport or in one of the vending machines. Just slide it in. It's really that simple. We're getting results at the airport. Eric Von Eichen getting results, News 6.
All righty, Eric. I hope it's that simple. I'm going to try that out, hopefully, but at least it's an improvement upon getting a surprise bill in the mail anyway. But we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Good morning and welcome back. We have a live guest this morning to talk to us about a great health event that's happening this weekend in downtown Orlando. Actually, 2 guests with us. We have Kia Blair, our friend from Our Legacy, with us, and Charlize Simmons joining us, a 2-time kidney organ recipient and founder of Michael's Hope, a special organization. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
I'm excited to hear more about these free kidney screenings and this wellness event and luncheon this weekend, and more about your organization, Charlize. This is loving our kidneys with all our hearts. And so you ladies tell us, what do you want people to know about this weekend, and why is it so important to have events like this?
Well, thank you, first of all, Bridgett, for having us on and your continued support for organ, eye, and tissue donation, as well as for living donation. The Love Your Kidneys with All Your Heart Kidney Screening and Wellness Expo is an opportunity for you to learn more about your kidney health through a very non-invasive urinalysis screening provided by the National Kidney Foundation. You know, chronic kidney disease is labeled as a silent killer because many people who have it may not know it until it's too late, where the doctor says you need, to be on dialysis or you need a kidney transplant. You can just simply take a quick urinalysis, and in 15 to 20 minutes, you will know if, in fact, you have chronic kidney disease or any type of kidney disease and what stage you may have. We know that exercise and eating right is also a key factor in maintaining a healthy lifestyle. So we're going to also incorporate a cooking demonstration from Ebony Nutrition, so you can learn how to cook those meals in a healthier way without losing flavor. And then we'll have a little fitness segment to kind of help you get up and get moving and show you some quick and easy things that you can do at home just to kind of maintain, your balance and exercise and things like that. But just really wanting to give you an opportunity to learn more about your kidney health and learn how kidney disease affects you, learn more about diabetes, hypertension, and all of those things. 1 in 3 people will be diagnosed with kidney disease. So we want to help you learn and find out if that in fact can be you.
Mm-hmm. And Charlize, tell us more about your story, because you've been through quite a journey here with having 2 transplants.
Correct. My name is Charlize Simmons. Thank you for having us this morning. I was diagnosed with kidney failure at the age of 16. There's no family history, and there was no apparent reason why this happened to me, but I received my first transplant at 19 here in Orlando at Advent Health. And then I went and kept that transplant for 20 years. And then back last year in May, I got my second call for my second transplant at Tampa General. And going through that experience is really what prompted me to start McCall's Hope. McCall's Hope assists patients such as myself, whether you're on dialysis or you've already received your transplant or you're on the waiting list. We help those individuals with rent, mortgage, utilities, gas, groceries. Gas is so important, of course, any kind of transportation, bus passes, so that we can get to treatments. I, of course, understand how important that is. Another aspect of McCall's Hope is to open a home for caregivers. My husband, of course, was my caregiver, and to watch him sleep in a cramped up chair as I'm recovering in the hospital was a hard thing to watch, but of course he wasn't going to leave my side, and I appreciate him for that. And so I decided, hey, I want to start an organization that reaches back and helps others. We were fortunate enough to have friends in Tampa that allowed us to stay with them. Everyone does not have that. And so we're here as McCall's Hope to assist other patients such as myself.
That's awesome. I mean, you're not only just a walking testament and testimony to what people go through with this, but it's nothing short of a miracle. You've been able to go through this, blessed to go through this twice and get the help you needed and to get that match. Do you know much about how those matches came about, or did it just you just get that call?
So the first match, I knew the donors. I eventually met the mother. She passed away. She was in a car accident. Young lady, 17. It was like a month before her graduation. And she had a very specific conversation with her family 1 week before she passed. She said, listen, if anything ever happens to me, I want to be an organ donor. And so the next week, she passed away in a car accident, and her mother already knew what to do. And at that time, I had been on dialysis for 3 years, and I was just, of course, waiting for that call. And we got that call, and it was amazing. The second donor, since it's only been a year, they usually try to wait maybe a year or two before they actually match you with the donor family, just to give them time to heal and process things. So I don't know much about my second donor yet, but I am extremely grateful and thankful for both of them.
Yes, and it's awesome that you're able to help other people get through this process because, like you said, so many different things and needs do come up. And so this weekend, of course, all about preventative health as much as you can because, like you said, there was no reason why you had this failure, but the best thing we can do is take good care of ourselves and our family and friends.
And that's the thing, Bridgett. You know, there are no symptoms a lot of times for chronic kidney disease. And you could have stage 1 or stage 2 and be walking around and, you know, not having any symptoms or pains or anything, but then it progresses. And so if you don't know the things that you need to do. If you don't know you have it, you don't realize the things that you need to do to take care of yourself, to get healthier, to, you know, go see your doctor. So we're trying to provide all of that information in one place for free, where you can come down to the Advent Health Training Center Saturday starting at 10 a.m. And you can learn more about your kidney health through a very simple urinalysis. And in 15 to 20 minutes, you will know if you have any type of kidney disease. And then you can also learn something new, some new recipe. I think they're making lemon curry chicken with rice. I mean, it's going to be good. Yeah.
So before we go, where do you go to get more information and make sure you don't miss this?
Absolutely. You can go to mccallshope.org. You can go to ourlegacyfl.org. Of course, we have been on social media all morning and for the last couple of weeks promoting the event. But we really look forward to more people just signing up, and we hope to see you there.
Also signing up to become an organ donor and getting the word out about that as well.
Absolutely. There will be many different vendors there to provide information about organ donation. And by the way, please bring your questions. We're going to have a panel discussion with our medical director, some transplant surgeons, nephrologists, social workers. I mean, we are bringing in a lot of people to get the answers to your questions, no matter how crazy you think it may be. We've heard it all. Bring it in so we can at least get you the right information so you can have the right types of conversations with your family about your decision at the end of your life.
Wonderful info. Thank you, ladies, for all you're doing, and hope everyone comes out this Saturday, and we'll post all this online later today as well. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Bridget.
All right, take care. All right, that's going to do it for us. So again, we'll be posting this later on clickorlando.com and featuring some more information later on in the day in our newscast. But we'll let you go for now. See you tomorrow again for Breakfast with Bridget. Have a great day.